MP Myers. I just wish to make a comment at this time with respect to the motions that are being considered and those that have been submitted. Towards the ending of the deliberations, of course, as we have started to do, the minister or ministers will be asked to provide their sentiments on proposed motions. However, in the meantime, we have had dialogues going on between the presenters of motions and other members of Parliament in order to arrive at motions that can get the most support possible in the Parliament. So I just want the members of Parliament especially, and also the general public, to know that I will be considering, after the motions have been presented, to maybe put off the handling or propose to Parliament that we put off the handling of the motions and the voting upon them to another time. Why? Because they are not a necessary part of the budget per se, but it also gives the presenters of the motions and other members of Parliament the time to talk about them and see if we can come to motions supported by as many as possible. I saw discussions taking place with the minister as well on some of the motions, just to make sure that not only the motions remained at a wish of Parliament, but also motions that can actually be executed by the government. So I think that's extremely important. So it is a tool that I believe it's Article 45 offers us in the rules of order, that we can put off the deliberation and the voting on the motions. We can put it off to another day. We can decide what a day will be, etc., etc. I haven't decided that that will be the case, but it can happen. So just that the presenters of the motions know that. Differently, we have MP Otley, you wanted to make a proposal of order, or you wanted to react to? I'll allow you that under the umbrella of a point of proposal of order, not that it's really, but I'll allow you to. Because again, you know, at the end of the day, I think it's like colleague Franklin Myers indicated, it's about really after everyone has had their say to really come to solutions to the problems and the problem that we're facing right now, not so much the amended budget, the cuts or whatever have you, but specifically the item of the provision of electricity. So MP Otley, I will allow you some brief comments, or maybe you have questions regarding what I just said, so I will allow you to.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for the, I guess I would say, the early birthday gift, allowing me to bring my point. I have a bit of an issue with us putting off the votings of the motions. I know you're trying to accommodate the best way you can, seeing that we have a deadline, but we're still waiting on that answer to see what is this deadline, where did it come from. But as it relates to my motion in particular, of my sentiments, my feelings of me, and going along with the budget that is asked of me, I can only feel comfortable once I know that a relief will be given to the people. So I don't want to put it off, because it will affect the way that I vote. And it's not a threat or a bargaining chip. It's just for my own conscience. What is being asked with the 75.6 million being placed in the budget, that is why specifically I believe that this is the way that, in my belief, that I can support saying, hey, I then approve the 75.6 by bringing some then relief to the people. It's a balance. So.
Thank you, MP Otley. Your position is clear. In fact, I haven't read your proposed motion. Just off the top of my head, if you talk about relief and you talk about a capital capital project in the budget, and you talk about a sort of a operational cost of relief. I haven't read it, so I don't know how you have made that connection there, which to me doesn't go one-on-one. But I'm not here to go into a discussion about a motion when it's not the time for that. But I just wish to put that forward. And again, as chairperson of this August body, for me, it's important. Of course, we can always come with our motions and, and good sounding motions, popular sounding motions, but I think we need to also very, very carefully consider the feasibility and can the government do it? If the government says, in my opinion, oh yes, we can and we can commit to doing it, that's a different thing. But that's just my feeling as the President of Parliament where it comes to motions in general and not referring to any which one in particular. Ladies and gentlemen, members of Parliament, we have actually come to the end of the speakers, the members of Parliament, and this would mean that we will now be going over to the responses from the minister and ministers. Before we do that, I'll adjourn, and I have to make sure when I say 5 minutes that it is 5 minutes, otherwise the clock will be counting any overtime in terms of the adjournment. The countdown is what we are trying to stick to. So I'm going to adjourn for 5 minutes. That will take us to 2:30 according to the clock on the wall. We'll just adjourn to, for 5 minutes at this time. A meeting adjourned for 5 minutes. Members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, Minister Gumbs and her support staff, I reopen the meeting just to inform everyone that now that we are starting with the answering by the ministers to the questions posed by members of Parliament, for that purpose now, this meeting is going to be adjourned until 3 p.m., allowing then the ministers to come in sequence to answer the questions as posed. So the meeting now is going to be adjourned until 3 p.m. Meeting adjourned.